In our last video, we started the base code. In this one, we'll be implementing the glfw library for opening our Vulkan window. As always, if you want to read ahead or just get the long version, vulkan-tutorial.com is the place to be. Let's begin by going to our C++ directory and running make work on. Since glfw has some Vulkan stuff mixed into it, we can replace our include Vulkan line with define glfw include Vulkan and add include glfw3. So select that, # define, all caps glfw underline include underline Vulkan, enter, # include, angle brackets, and within those capitals glfw / small letters glfw3.h. In our Hello Triangle application, the public sector will have a call to init window added as the first thing to do in void run, and of course the definition added below at the top of the private sector as well. So top of the run, init, capital window, parentheses, a semicolon, private sector, void, init, capital window, parentheses, curly braces. Now the website emphasizes the importance of explicitly keeping your memory organized and pairing create calls with their matching destroy calls, and I agree with that. So I'll try and order the steps here accordingly. So we'll expand the init window definition so we can fill that out right away. The first thing it'll do is glfw init. So in the init window, expand that out like so, and glfw capital init, parentheses, exclamation, or parentheses, and semicolon. And so we'll also expand our cleanup definition at the bottom here, and add glfw terminate. So glfw capital terminate, parentheses, semicolon. Now, right below our glfw init call, we will add a couple of window hints. First of all, glfw window hint, glfw client API, glfw no API. This prevents certain OpenGL things from getting in the way of the Vulkan things we will be doing. So spelling that out, glfw, capital window, capital HINT, parentheses and semicolon. Then inside the parentheses, all caps glfw underline client underline API, comma, glfw underline no underline API. We'll also disable window resizing for now with the next command. glfw window hint, glfw resizable, glfw false. glfw capital window, capital HINT, just like the line above, parentheses and semicolon. Inside the parentheses, all caps glfw underline resizable, comma, glfw underline false. Our next step is creating a window pointer as a member variable of the private sector using glfw window star window. So member variable of the private sector, so right under where it says private, starting with capitals, glfw small w, small letters window, that is, with a star or asterisk, named window. And I'm putting a footnote here to elaborate on later. Up top, under our includes, we'll set a couple of constant values for easy modification later on. So up top, under our includes, we'll set constant const space uint32 underline t, so that's a constant unsigned 32-bit integer type. Its name in all caps is width, curly braces and a semicolon, and inside the curly braces the width will be 800. Similarly, const uint32 underline t, all caps height, curly braces, semicolon, our height will be 600 in the curly braces. And finally, const char star all caps, window name, curly braces and semicolon. In the curly braces, a pair of double quotes, and in the double quotes, Vulkan. Back in the init window definition, down this way, back in the init window definition, under the window hints here, the window itself is defined with window equals glfw, capital CREATE, capital WINDOW, parentheses and semicolon. In the parentheses, all caps, width, comma, height, comma, window name, comma, NULLPTR, comma, NULLPTR. So that should read window equals glfwCreateWindow width, height, window name, null pointer, null pointer. Similarly, the corresponding destroy window command goes above our terminate line in the cleanup. So glfw, capital DESTROY, capital WINDOW, parentheses, semicolon, and in the parentheses, window. In there, that should read glfw destroy window, window. The fourth value in our window create, in our create window function there, will be important later if you want to play with multiple monitors, and the last value seems to only be relevant to OpenGL. We will then tell our main loop to keep polling for events until the window is closed with some fairly straightforward looking function calls. So we have, while it should read, while not glf window should close window, glfw poll events. So to write that out, in our main loop, I'm actually going to do this as a single line here. Expand out the main loop. While, parentheses and curly brackets, in the parentheses, exclamation point, glfw, capital WINDOW, capital SHOULD, capital CLOSE, parentheses, and in those parentheses, window. Then, in the curly brackets, glfw, capital POLL, capital EVENTS, parentheses, semicolon. So the exclamation point is not, which is basic C++. So yeah, it should read, while not glfw window should close window, glfw poll events. You should be able to get rid of the hello world line before you save. You don't have to, though. Save, close all, and try make test, and it should result in a window that opens in the size you specified with the title of Vulkan, and waits for you to close by clicking the X in the corner. Here's that footnote, though, that I wanted to mention before. I really don't like that the name of that we name our window in the code, because if I wanted to search for window, I'm going to get everything that contains window. But for the sake of my own absent-mindedness getting in the way of me remembering whatever I might try to name it otherwise, I'm going with the code more or less verbatim for now, aside from my own small stylistic quirks. If you can keep track of when I say window referring to that variable name, and you use a unique variable name instead, then you might have an easier time in your programming journeys.